Every day, hundreds of tourists gather around this stone giant. The pyramid, rising like a glittering silhouette in the sunlight, takes visitors' breath away. From the outside, everything appears orderly and flawless. The stone blocks are stacked like an engineering marvel, their corners still perfectly aligned. Moreover, when one considers that this massive structure was built using primitive tools, it is even more astonishing. But after a while, the silence around you sends a chill down your spine. The shadows between the stones grow a little darker. The wind blows through the corridors like a hum. And then you realize this building was not built only for the dead. It seems to have been designed to draw in the spirits of the living as well. The deep silence heard from within is as heavy as the breath of countless people who cannot find their way out. And as you approach the dark entrance of the pyramid, the splendor outside is replaced by a gnawing uneasiness. You want to take another step, but a voice inside you says, "Turn back." Have you ever considered that this stone labyrinth, which appears to be merely a tomb from the outside, could actually be a trap that imprisons even the living? We are now entering this dark world together, but please remember, once you enter, you may never be able to leave. The splendor outside may have enchanted you, but the real story is just beginning. Are you brave enough to step inside through that narrow stone entrance? The entrance is not even a door, really. It is a low opening hidden between stones. Next to it is a small sign warning visitors to be careful, but no one really understands what that means. As you descend the stone steps, the light outside dims with each step. The blue sky you left behind gives way to a dim gray darkness, replacing the golden sand. A few dim lights mounted on the walls, and the cold smell of stone in the air. Even at first glance, this narrow passageway fills you with unease. You look at the walls. Each one is engraved with ancient hieroglyphics. The stories of the pharaohs, the faces of the gods, and the curse of the tomb are carved into the stones. But the dust is so thick that some of the symbols are almost invisible. You run your hand over them, and the stone is cold and damp. It leaves a black mark on your fingers. The narrow passage gradually becomes even narrower. You have to bend down. Your shoulders touch the rocks. It feels as if the rocks are closing in on you with every breath you take. Your heart races, and you are overcome with doubt. What if I can't turn back? But it's too late. You've already taken your first step into the darkness, and the pyramid is silently swallowing you up. No one who has entered has ever managed to get out. Now, we continue to discover how the narrow corridors lead you to your end. The sun outside is now far behind you. The pyramid has taken you into its arms, but the real nightmare is just beginning. After taking a few more steps, even turning back becomes difficult. Narrow passages, winding stone staircases, and rooms that all look the same. Every corner is identical. The stone blocks are so skillfully placed that it is impossible to tell which way you are facing. Within a few minutes, you lose your sense of direction, turning right and left. Another corridor that looks exactly like the one you just passed through, but it's not. Each step pulls you a little deeper, a little darker. The symbols on the walls are now less visible. You feel the air getting heavier. The smell of dampness mixed with dust fills your nose. You stop for a moment and look around. The silence is so intense that you can hear your own heartbeat. Then you realize that no matter where you turn, everything is the same. Only gray stones, narrowing walls, and endless darkness. It's as if you're trapped inside a labyrinth. The pyramid is pulling you in. Suddenly, a chill runs down your spine. What if there is no way out? What if I am lost forever between these walls? And at that moment, this pile of stones, which looks magnificent from the outside, becomes a giant trap for you. But this is only the beginning. The real horror that awaits you inside this stone labyrinth lies deeper within. Lost between narrow, endless stone corridors, you fall prey to another danger without even realizing it. Breathing becomes a struggle. One step, then another ... The interior of the pyramid seems to swallow you up, but as you descend deeper, you begin to feel the air change. There is something strange about the air that fills your lungs with every breath. It is dry, heavy, suffocating. After a while, the air you breathe becomes increasingly heavy. The air, which has not moved in the narrow stone passages, is mixed with dust that has accumulated over centuries. Thin clouds of dust rise in the flickering light of your torch, dancing in the air with every step you take. And with every breath, it sticks to your lungs a little more. Your mouth is dry. Your throat is burning. Every time you breathe, you start coughing. You try to cover your face with your hands, but it's useless. Amidst the echoes bouncing off the stone walls, all you can hear is your own coughing. For a moment, you stop and look around. You feel pressure in your chest, a lightness in your head, as if oxygen has been replaced by a deadly mixture. You look back for a moment, but all you see behind you is darkness and silence. You have descended so deep that fresh air is now nothing more than a fantasy, and the interior of the pyramid seems to whisper to you. Even breathing is now too much for you, but you have not yet faced the worst. Deep within the stone labyrinth, what awaits you may be the shadow of a curse. With each breath, your lungs grow weaker and your steps heavier. But at some point, you realize that it is impossible to find a way through this pyramid, let alone make your way through it. You turn the next corner, same view. You turn right again into the same narrow stone corridor. You no longer know how far you have come or how far you have fallen back. The interior of the pyramid is so skillfully constructed that no matter where you go, every corner, every wall, every room looks the same. It is as if someone has arranged the stones like identical molds. Every direction promises the same fear. Every new path looks like an exit, but after a few steps, it is the same darkness, the same silence. You begin to examine the figures carved into the walls, but even they offer no guidance. Some are so faded, so indistinct, that all they seem to say is, "You don't belong here." After a while, you stumble. Your breathing quickens. Darkness descends, and a fear grows in the depths of your mind. What if this is a tomb? What if it was built so that no one who entered could ever leave? The echo of your footsteps disappears in the stone corridors, and you begin to forget not only your direction, but also yourself. Each new turn is more meaningless and frightening than the last. The stone walls are closing in on you, closing in. And you know now, the pyramid has imprisoned you within itself. But it's not just the stone blocks that are keeping you here. Somewhere deep down, a curse that has been forgotten for thousands of years is about to awaken. As you navigate the twists and turns, the darkness only deepens, and the unease rising within you turns into a whisper. One wrong step could end it all. There is a legend that has been told for centuries. Anyone who entered the pharaohs' tombs was destroyed by hidden traps, deadly mechanisms hidden between stone blocks. Step on the wrong stone, and tons of stone blocks will fall on you. Or a thin arrow will shoot out of a hole in the wall that you didn't even notice. And in seconds, everything will be over. Deadly mechanisms hidden between stone blocks. Step on the wrong stone, and tons of stone blocks will fall on you. Or a thin arrow will shoot out of a hole in the wall that you didn't even notice. And in seconds, everything will be over. Each step you take is now slower, more careful. The light from your torch reveals small cracks and strange protrusions. Some seem to be coincidental, but a voice inside you tells you that this is not a coincidence. Even if they were made hundreds of years ago, are they still active? You slowly lean your hand against the wall, but at that moment, you notice that the stone is moving. Suddenly, your heart tightens. You retreat, but nothing happens. Only a murmur like the breath of the grave fills your ears. This is not your place. And that's when you realize this place is not just a grave, but also a trap designed to punish the living. But the only danger awaiting you in the pyramid is not hidden among the stones. Perhaps the real curse is hidden in the spirit of this stone labyrinth. Your steps are heavier now. With every breath, you sink deeper. But it's not just the darkness and dust that slows you down. It's also that invisible feeling that lurks among the stones. The curse. There are stories that have been told for centuries. Anyone who disturbs the tombs of the pharaohs will meet a terrible end. And even today, there are still many who believe these stories. A quick reminder, if you've watched this far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more videos. Let's continue. As you turn a corner, an old drawing on the wall catches your eye. The angry face of the pharaoh, his staff in his hands and skeletons lying at his feet. Beneath it, the following words are carved in hieroglyphics. Death takes the breath of those who disturb it. For a moment, you feel a chill run down your spine. It's as if a shadow in the darkness is watching you from between the stones. It's as if the pyramid itself is watching you. You continue to examine the walls for a while in the light of your torch, but there is a voice echoing in your head. You shouldn't be here. Fear slowly takes hold of your mind. Your steps falter. Your heart beats faster. A thin chill brushes your face like a breeze, even though there should be no air movement here. And then it hits you. What if it's real? Until then, you had thought all this was just a dusty fairy tale. But now the pyramid seems to whisper to you. Here, in the world of the dead, there is no place for the living. But this is not the end. To see how the stone labyrinth destroys you, you must go even deeper. Because pyramids are sometimes built only for the purpose of death. There is no turning back now. As you descend deeper, stone walls close in around you, and the darkness intensifies. And suddenly, you realize that the pyramid has completely engulfed you. Have minutes passed, or hours? You can no longer tell. Each step is the same as the last. Stone walls, narrow corridors, the same symbols, and darkness. You are looking for an exit, but there are no signs. Every turn drags you a little deeper, a little more hopeless. The flame of your torch is gradually dwindling. When the flickering light hits the walls, even the scratches on the stones look frightening now. Everything seems to be saying, "This is your grave." After a while, your breathing becomes labored. Your head is spinning. You no longer even know why you are walking. You had only one hope, to escape, but that hope is slowly fading away among the stones. You stop and lean against the wall. You wipe your face with your hand, and then you notice something. You haven't left any traces. It's as if you were never here. It's as if the pyramid has swallowed you up, sucked your soul inside, and now you can't get out. The silence is so intense that your ears start to ring. You close your eyes and look at the walls one last time. This is not a grave. A trap set for the living. And so it goes. This stone giant, which captivates with its grandeur, has actually been repeating the same story for thousands of years. Those who enter cannot leave. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye for now.